Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk a little bit about bushcrafting and bushcrafting tools. As you can see right here, what you have in front of you is a Glock field knife. And I'm going to talk a little bit about it. I'm not going to beat it to death though, because there's been a lot of reviews done on this knife. What I want to focus mostly on is bushcrafting and what kind of tools and everything you need. So I'm going to start this series with knives, and we're going to continue on as the days go by. I'm going to try to upload one video a week for you guys. So just a little thing I want to talk about is caring for your tools is a crucial skill set to acquire. It's not enough to carry these tools in your kit, but proper maintenance will guarantee the longevity and the durability of your tools over time. It's equally important that your skills in using these tools are awesome as well, because they can mean the difference between life and death, especially if you get far enough out there into the bush where you have to rely on your tools for safety. And obviously today we're going to talk about knives, specifically belt knives. A belt knife is the most important tool any woodsman can own. This being the case, you must keep this tool directly attached to your person to keep it from becoming lost. With this item, you can recreate all other items you'll need should an emergency arise. Therefore, the ultimate question is to you guys, what's the perfect knife? And to me, the perfect knife is the Glock field knife. It is not a full tang blade. However, if you look at some reviews and you check out different YouTubes, you'll know that this knife can take an absolute beating. And a few things to talk about when searching for a really good knife. What I like to look at is the cost effectiveness of a knife. You know, you've got these people, they want to be Instagram stars. They want to go in their backyard, build a little fire and cook a couple steaks. And then they're hacking it up with a $300 knife. Well, you know what? That's all fun and everything when you're doing all that, but I'm talking about a real shit hits the fan situation, a knife that you can rely on, something that is going to absolutely work 110% of the time, and something you're not paying $200 for, because let's face it, the more money that you could save on your blades, now don't get me wrong, you need a quality blade, but the more money you can save on purchasing a blade is more money you can put into a better pack, a better bedroll, different items that you'll need to be carrying if you decide that bushcrafting is for you. Anyway, the perfect knife that I think would be, other than, we're talking about the Glock today, I'd say that this one has to be an all-purpose knife. It's going to be the most useful in the wild. When you're looking for one, and it doesn't have to be a Glock. It could be another one of your choosing. There's 100 of them out there for 100 different prices with 100 paid reviews. I'm not paid by Glock. I'm not paid by anybody to review anything. I do these because I want to put real information out there for you guys. But begin by looking at the length of a knife blade. A blade that's too small will make it difficult to process firewood, if needed, especially if you are not carrying an axe or if one is not available. A blade that's too big will make finer carving tasks more difficult. The happy medium is about 4.5 to 6 inches in blade length. Historically, most knives found along the American frontier were within the length and had the profile of a large kitchen or butcher knife. These days, blades are made from high carbon, like 1095, 01, tool steel are preferable because of their ability to throw a shower of sparks, much like fire steel. It makes them excellent fire starting tools. You can use high carbon steel blades with hard rock like quartz or flint to ignite charred cloth or materials. Many knives today are coated with something to keep the blades from rusting. And, they're going to tell you out there, avoid this, avoid having the coated knives because it's difficult for them to throw a shower of sparks. Well, in my experience, as you use a knife and that starts to wear out on it, you don't really have to worry about it too much. It's going to wear down eventually, where the natural blade is going to show. Any knife you carry on your belt should be a full tang design like I talked about, except this one. this one is just ridiculously powerful. Your belt knife is an important part of your kit. You should reserve a considerable portion of your kit's budget for this tool. But you don't have to go overboard. You don't have to sit there and go wild with it. You know, you're looking at keeping things simple. Weight obviously is a big determiner on a knife and what you're going to be carrying out there in the wild, out there when you're bushcrafting. And, you know, you're going to want to look at different blades. You're going to look at, you know, how each blade is made, what each one is going to be doing. And as far as this blade goes, you know, you've got a really nice sharp edge on it, and you have a root saw on the back. This is going to come in handy for entrenching. You know, you'll be able to tap on this to help process firewood. And if need be, you can also use this as a combat knife. It's a very, very inexpensive. I think it can be had for around $35. And your best bet is, if you can, pick up a couple of them, because they're going to come in handy. Another thing I really like about these is the sheath on it. If you look at the bottom, it's got a hole, lets water out. When you take the blade and you insert it into there, you'll listen for the click, and you know it's locked in there. You no longer have an issue. It's not going to come out. You're going to be able to shake it. You're not going to have any problem with that. And then you have your belt clip. You push that over, it unhooks, and then you push it over to the side again, and it'll snap over so that it'd be secure to your belt. This is a very important tool in your tool kit. You're going to want to have a nice knife. And like I said, I'm going to suggest this one. I've done a lot of research, and you're not going to find a better blade for the value. You're just not. They're absolutely amazing. Leave me a comment if you want to see a video about anything else that has to do with bushcrafting. Thanks.